They canceled my flight.
After KLM canceled my flight, they rebooked me on Delta the following day.
A little bit of a letdown.
Here's the story of how I got paid to fly home in business class.
Now, unfortunately, someone in the vicinity of my seat keeps like, seriously, have some respect for other people here.
Join me on an accidental flight review of the Delta One suites on their newest airplane.
Not a big fan of this.
We'll take an honest look and compare it to some of the competition I've flown with recently.
Never flown Delta One, so I'm really excited to see if the experience lives up to the expectations.
Sometimes nothing goes exactly as you planned it.
Next time, I'm taking KLM. Hello friends, welcome to Amsterdam, the home of KLM Airlines. I was really excited to fly home today on their brand new business class on the 777. However, they canceled my flight. So I guess the unexpected thing is we've got a bonus night in Amsterdam. Well, I guess we'll be doing Delta One tomorrow. They gave me a voucher for a hotel. They also gave me a $15 food voucher, and hopefully I get the 600 euros in EU 261 compensation as well. So now off to enjoy an unexpected night in Amsterdam, and this flight review will continue tomorrow morning. Well, good morning from Amsterdam, back at Schiphol Airport. Now I'm really excited to do my accidental review of Delta One. This is actually a product I've been really interested in checking out for quite some time, and we're gonna be on the A330neo, which has the newest Delta One business class suite. So I'm really excited to check that out. Let's go inside, head through fast track security, and get on with this wonderful adventure.
The KLM Crown Lounge in Amsterdam is truly one of a kind. You're immediately greeted by hundreds of miniature Delft houses, a hallmark of the KLM brand, and a vast lounge spread amongst 2 floors. You'll find amenities like showers and sleeping pods to restaurant dining or buffets. They even have a Heineken tasting area, even more Delft houses, a Christmas tree decorated with tulips, a theater, and a lot more.
It's a really big lounge, but it's got a lot of seating, so it was quite busy, but plenty of places to grab a bite to eat, have a nice seat and relax for a bit, but now it says I got about a 60-minute walk to the gate, so let's go. Now, Delta does have the reputation of being the most premium out of any of the US airlines, and I've spent a lot of time in United Polaris in their business class and never flown Delta One. So I'm really excited to see if the experience lives up to the expectations. Now my gate number is D57, so I'm glad I left early because I'm only at D4. It looks like we're about as long of a walk as possible in this airport. Okay, luckily they're split up, so it's not as bad as I thought. Well, unfortunately, when I flew to England for Christmas, there was no business class available. I had to book the flight super last minute. So I am really looking forward to this flight home. It's gonna be a really good time. I really appreciate every minute that I get to spend in a business class seat. It's certainly a privilege and something I'm very grateful for. And I guess I was a little bit lucky because for those of you Delta Sky Miles people, you know that your miles aren't really worth that much. Would you believe that I booked this flight for only 50,000 miles and about $300 in taxes and fees?
We were delayed over 2.5 hours, but luckily I was notified early enough about the late inbound flight to sleep in a bit longer. Pro tip, track your flights using Flight Radar 24.
Okay, here we go. Amsterdam to Boston, about 7 hours on Delta One. Super excited for a great flight.
You're gonna make an immediate left?
Thank you. Turn and left.
After turning left, you'll find 29 Delta One suites in a 121 layout. With even number window seats like mine in 4A, your best option because they offer the most privacy, so I got a little bit lucky here. All right, welcome aboard Delta One on the brand new Airbus A330neo. I'd have to say overall, this definitely reminds me of the Virgin suite, the new Virgin suite that I flew in recently a few months ago. So I'll let you know which one I like better at the end of the flight. With 531 movies and more, you'll have plenty to keep you entertained, and I was very happy with the in-flight entertainment system. Amenity kits were provided by this brand, and it was pretty standard. No surprises here, but I did enjoy the Delta socks. The headphones actually looked really good, but I forgot to test them because I brought my own from Bose. Well, some initial thoughts on the seat as I've had a moment to settle in here. Overall, it's a really great private space. Again, very similar to that Virgin seat, but there's a few things I noticed that are a little bit better designed on that. First off, I think the look of the Virgin seat's a little bit better, just the overall design aesthetic. This is certainly fits with Delta's design aesthetic though. And a lot more storage on that other one. This just has kind of this like empty bin behind me here.
and no storage pockets like on the other one. Also, the seat seems a little stiff, but maybe that's just because it's brand new and has to be broken in. Also got a really nice greeting from the purser by name when I first jumped on board. Took my order from the menu, just 3 choices for dinner, so I went with the ravioli.
Now sit back, relax, and please pay attention to this important safety presentation.
Now, as we get ready for takeoff, please settle in and have a wonderful flight. Thank you for flying with Delta.
Apologize for the delay today. We'll do the best we can to keep things just as smooth as possible for you. Appreciate you, Delta.
Welcome to the sky on board Delta One, a full 24 hours after I was supposed to be leaving on KLM. But all in all, off to a great start. Just got a hot towel and I'm really hungry, so looking forward to the lunch service here in just a bit. Okay, so we start off the meal service with warm nuts. I'm a big fan of warm nuts. Yo, my name's Jeff. My first drink of the day. Cheers. Well, I will say the starters definitely look better than what I've experienced on United in recent years. So we've got a soup, some prawns, a salad, nice bread roll. I'll let you know how it is in a little bit. I really loved all the starters, totally cleaned the plate. Just got my main, it's the ravioli, the vegetarian option, so I'm excited to check this out. Well, meal service is done. I'd have to say overall it was pretty good. The main might have been a little bit of a letdown, but that's okay. Sometimes you gamble with a vegetarian option, it doesn't work out. But really impressed with the starters, lots of great dessert options. Went with the tiramisu. Probably could have done with an ice cream as well, but that's all right. I feel like American, United, and Delta are basically 3 of the same airline. Not nearly as personable and as fun as what you go with Virgin Atlantic or British Airways.
The loo is pretty standard, with just enough space to do your business. Besides the giant mirror, the standout feature has to be this padded child changing tray, in case maybe you'd like to just sit down in here for a while. Sadly, this sticker did not make it to the end of the flight, but they did have both hand wash and hand lotion.
Well, the purser forgot about my drink that I ordered, so 30 minutes later I just went to the galley and they were super friendly, got one really quick. So my name's Jeff, this is my 3rd drink of the flight. So now that we're settled in and we got the door shut, I think it's time to test out this flatbed seat.
Let's go!
Welcome to the flatbed seat on the Delta One A330. Not a big fan of this. I would have to say the Virgin one's better. There's some weird lump by my knees and it's like really tight in the footwell. So, I mean, can't complain when you're lying down on a plane, but I feel like there's better options out there than this seat.
Other features include a hook to hang your hoodie, universal power outlet, and an old school USB connector. Although Delta has free Wi-Fi now on domestic flights, it was $15 for this one, but they did have free messaging.
For such an impressive bag of bedding, the only thing in there was a pillow and a blanket, so unfortunately there was no mattress topper like I found on many other airlines that I've flown with, and no extra pillows or anything like that, so pretty bare bones, unfortunately.
Somewhere over the middle of the Atlantic, I did manage to get a quick nap for 45 minutes or so.
Just chilling out watching a movie, and I was handed a warm chocolate chip cookie. How great is that?
At this point, my back started to bother me. Sorry, Delta fans, but this seat ranks pretty low on my list, and I wasn't a fan of the air quality either.
Got about 2 hours to go, should be starting the final meal service soon. Now, unfortunately, someone in the vicinity of my seat keeps farting the whole f***ing flight, so let me tell you, there's a couple of bathrooms and they haven't been busy the whole time. Like, seriously, have some respect for other people here.
As the flight comes to a close, I realize that although there is very little to fault about this whole experience, there's very little that stands out as well. Feel free to disagree with me, but Delta may just be the most boring airline of them all. But nonetheless, I really enjoyed this pre-landing meal.
Well, unfortunately, we've only got about 15 minutes left in this flight before we land in Boston, so some final thoughts here. Overall, I was really happy with the flight. I had a very comfortable stay in this little Delta One suite here. I didn't think the flatbed was very comfortable, though. It's probably the stiffest that I've been in. And we were just given a pre-landing chocolate, so always a fan of that. But I have to say that pizza was the best thing that I had on this flight. Service was really good. Everyone's really friendly on here. All in all, though, I would say I'd be much happier with United Polaris. I find that the Polaris seat is a lot more comfortable than what I've experienced here, and overall I think I'd probably rather go with one of the European airlines. I booked my original flight for only $313 and 50,000 points transferred from Amex. I'll let you know how much compensation I received, and you'll see that I actually got paid even more to fly home.
We do apologize for our late arrival here, and we hope to see you again soon on another Delta flight. And we wish everyone a very happy New Year.
There you have it. That was Delta One on the brand new Airbus A330neo, all the way from Amsterdam to Boston. 7 hours, 33 minutes in the sky. Do me a favor and hit that like button and let me know what you think. Next time, I'm taking KLM. Annalie loves the ocean. She wants to take up surfing soon.
Princess.